Welcome to a wonderful, beautiful, shiny morning in the desert. All right, maybe not. Time has finally come. Everything's lined up. Here we go. We finally had enough rain that we're gonna start getting some sheet flooding coming off the hills, some things gathering along. We're gonna go splashing through some mud and some muck back out here at the same site where we filmed What's in This Canyon. Let's go see some rain. Let's go see some water. Let's go see what brings life back to the desert. Here we go. Got a huge smile on my face today because I'm loving this. It has taken a month of waiting to put this stupid cheap plastic poncho on and drag everybody out here for a little walk in the rain. You get out in the desert long enough, when rain does come, sometimes it's a special event. This weekend, we actually wound up with a lot of rain coming in. So first thing this morning, here I am. Enough of my ugly mug, let's get to looking at this. I hope that sound comes through on that. We are not super deep in here yet. And we're already getting a pretty good channel of water coming along here. We're honestly not even broke into the first sandstone layer. We're still up on top. No, we're not going to go the whole way down in here today. The hiking in this stuff is just about miserable, but I'm still smiling ear to ear because it's so much fun out here today. So, and this beats the crap out of last weekend when I wasn't feeling good, had a cold, and was just doing a list of chores around the house. So we're gonna keep chasing some more and get down to some good stuff. At least I think it's gonna be good stuff. Yeah, here we are at one little spot. Kind of cool. This is what we've been chasing, and it's finally starting to carve deeper. And we got this one coming in on the other side of us here. It is a pretty deep carve. It's probably collecting everything that we can see right at the edge of the distance. And this is water out of really not a very big area right yet. That area is probably, we're talking 200 or 300 acres of area up there is all. Gather in this flow and start these coming. So very small area, not a ton of rain, but enough. And this is the reason why flash floods happen so easily out here in this desert. This has been just light, steady rainfalls. If we get rainfalls, which we do at times, in excess of an inch an hour of rainfall, these that are dry washes will just about instantly be full and running a foot deep in water all of a sudden. Got to be a little spot up on top that gathers that. See if I can chase that water down up there. A little higher up. This is such a micro scale of the things that cause these canyons to do what they do. You'll see here on this one. It's carving a pretty deep cave back in behind that water. That's caused because the water, when it comes off of there, a little of it drops back behind. And it's such a soft material back there that doesn't take a lot of water to wash that little bit away. I'll wash a little more away. And wash a little more away. And that's how we wind up with some of these overhung cliff edges, because that top surface is so hard the water can't cut through it, but as it runs over the edge of it, it'll undercut behind it. And that's how some of the big, huge boulders wind up in the bottoms of the canyons as well. It'll undercut that to a point that hard layer just really can't hold itself up any longer. So it gives way and falls into the bottom of the canyon. And a lot of canyons work that way. They start miles down the road, and then as the waterfall falls over the edge and it carves under it, and then a piece falls off, it's moved itself up canyon a little ways. Some are formed that way, not all of them. Back to getting in here deeper. Headed for one spot that I remember. This draw and one other one come together. That should be a pretty spectacular spot. Here's just another little drainage coming off of that little area. Well, it's not bringing it up very good. That's a little better. We can see how green it is. That's what I mean. It brings the desert back to life with just such a little amount of rain. That right back there was the cryptobiotic soil. And this, right in here, are just some mosses that the rest of the time you'd see these, you would just wouldn't think twice about them. They're kind of a brown in color. Nothing really great to look at. Barely look like they're alive, but go ahead and put a little moisture to them. Amazing how they perk right back up. Just hiking through. Look at how vibrant the lichens have gotten here. Oh, they are such happy plants. They're going right along with me today and happy. It's so quiet and so still today out here. Although I have seen a rabbit. I think I actually got him on a little footage. We'll see if we find him and can mark him out. Oh, that's kind of cool looking. Oh yeah. This is worth the walk over. This is a very thin, shaly sandstone layer. And out into the water. such a thinly layered and so minorly conglomerated together sandstone, or just a compressed shale. It just comes off in sheets there. Super thin little 1/4 inch sheets, or what is that? Maybe about 4 or 5 millimeters. Honestly, gonna try and start making an effort for those that are not on the imperial system. Start using it a little more on the metric system for you guys. Probably doesn't really matter, but one of those things I want to do for it. Right. Come on, camera, focus. Oh, you don't like it. Weather's messing with that. Well, that blurry spot down there, that is where we are actually headed to a junction of this draw and another one. There we go. I got it to focus up. That junction down there is from this draw. Another one coming in from the east. Basically the head of the start of the canyon. We'll be down there directly. I could hear this flow before we got to it. A little drainage over there doesn't look like it goes very far, but it actually stretches out to the east a ways. And gathers a very, very large area. 4,000 or 5,000 acres worth of drainage comes into this canyon here. Our little drainage on this side just really isn't nothing compared to it. And our water did just disappear back there. I have a feeling it's hitting some layer somewhere else and coming out down in this area here. But the flow we had up there is not the flow that finished that. I just love seeing it in action. Last time I was here, it was bone dry. Starting to actually rip and tear a little bit at the plants that are holding the banks. I think this is a little of our flow out of the other draw coming out finally. Hitting on that sandstone layer and working its way out of the old shale that it disappeared into. I can't stop myself, I just keep going further down. We're gonna stop here very, very soon. I say that, and then I'm gonna go around this corner over here as soon as I can figure out where I'm crossing this monster at. Yeah, monster. As soon as I figure out where I'm crossing at, I'm gonna go around the corner. For some reason, I thought there was another canyon that tied in with this one. Guess we'll find out. All right. All right. The further I went, the more I remembered. There's another wash that comes in, but not another canyon. We're gonna hump back up here. I'm gonna go to the right and take and follow the main flow a little ways up. See what's going on up there a minute. And then bust back over for the truck. There's a couple canyons we can drive down into pretty close. I wouldn't mind just driving down through those and seeing if we see anything spectacular. Yeah, a little more of just the happiness of the wet desert. Yep, that is over a foot deep. I just felt it top the boot. can't help it. I just had to put my ugly mug back on here and go, man, this is just cool. God, I love my deserts. A little bit more and bust for their truck to go look at those other places. If this looks like this, I have a feeling those might be really cool. I hear another waterfall. Coming off of this layer of stuff right here on the right side. So brushed over, I don't know if we can get to it. Some point, somebody's got to remind me to come back and look at this spot in the dry sometime. So I have a feeling that waterfall is undercut pretty deep. Okay. Cutting bait and heading for the truck. I had to make the decision. Now that we're up here, a little fall there, the chases and cuts. A couple more little falls up there, one up there. So that drainage there drains everything we can see in here and then some. The other side of some of the close hills, they slope out and away from this drainage as well. All right, back to the truck finally. We're just trucking out across the top here. It's a slog and a half. I can now see the truck in the distance. But looking at this ground I'm walking on, guaranteeing to dry, this is rock hard. Looks like a nice gravel. Looks like it should be rock hard to be walking on. It is not. Every single step I'm taking, I am sinking a minimum of an inch into this. It's making it kind of miserable. Yet, I'm still smiling. Come walking up on it. Only crazy thought that hits my head, I wonder how their flood insurance is. By pulling all the rocks out of the area around them, they've created their own problem, but I do. That was the first thought crossed my head. How is the flood insurance for that ant colony looking? walking in the channel. It's like it was last weekend. No, 2 weekends ago in the river. Sand's so saturated, it's like walking on concrete. Driving up the road. There it is. I think I'll set the mount up and see if we can catch a little of what this road looks like we're cruising up. If I did not know it and did not know where I was, I would have probably turned around by now. But I know this road and know where it goes and can feel pretty safe driving on it. Every one of these little draws like this is doing this to the road. And this is actually a really well-maintained county road. All right. We now have a camera mount. Let's see if this thing's worth a dang. It's all right. It's not near as solid as I was hoping it was going to actually be. Wash. Quite a bit of this. There we go. Now we can see again. Yeah, that wiper sucks. What do we do with this? Oh, that's deep. Oh, I guarantee that's deep. Sure. Fall down in a big skinny spot already. All right. We might be getting to the end of what I'm willing to fight with today. There are other things that still need to be done. most days you could take a left here and go down and cross that. I don't even think you'd want to attempt it today. There's one little spot I know of up here I'd like to get to. Little bit past this. If we can cross it. Oh yeah, we're good today. There's some other crazy person up in here besides me today. As I said, if I didn't know this road, I wouldn't still be going. And I know this road well enough to know that this may be the end of the line right here. I'll zoom them in. This is worth it. Nice big sandstone wall. Big, huge, 200-foot waterfalls falling off of it. Just awesome. Two or three things have slowed me down and made me go, okay, it's just about that point today that it is time to find a nice turnaround and maybe work my way back out of here. It is lightened up on the rain that is falling where I am. It is definitely not lightened up at the tops of the mountains. So we're gonna mosey up here and find a little turnaround spot. I know I just kind of passed one. It's one of my downfalls. Always keep going when I shouldn't, but we're gonna do it today anyway. I just seen something back there. We'll stop on the way back out. Take a few videos on the way back out on a few of these little side canyons feeding this one. But I'm starting to see a lot of bigger rock in the road and chunks of road that are slowly dissipating and disappearing. So we're gonna get out before we have to get out the shovel or a pry bar or a chain and move something from the road or rebuild a road. To get out of here. It's a big enough, wide enough area we can say, okay, we're done for now. There's only one other guy that's went farther, and I think he's one of the guys that actually has ranch property in here. So he definitely knows this road, but knows it better than I. So we'll hit some of these little things like this on the way out. And it is really late in the season, but gotta love it. Just gotta love the desert. Quick little stop for those guys. Little herd of wild turkeys. One of these days when I know the rain's coming again, we'll come out here and we'll just get on top of this and chase this all the way to its headwaters. It's not really very far, but probably some really neat flows out there. There ain't a damn thing I can say. Just coming right off that top and hitting another little hole. It's starting to dig into that stone and shooting itself sideways. Can't even get the size of this on this camera. 100, maybe 120 feet. And then the rest of your view out here. They just keep building up and building up. I need to pick a nice rainy weekend and just come out and spend it in this country. Yep, that says it all. 90% of the time. This is something you could walk across in ankle-high boots and have your feet still be dry. Not so is the case today. And the list of things in my head that I need to go get done have grown. And the road is slowly deteriorating out here more and more. Since I've been in and coming back out, a couple more large rocks are in the road, so. We're gonna end today. We got the plan to come camping on a rainy weekend in here. Just take everybody along and go see all of the beautiful waterfalls that develop when the rain comes. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now. Have a great week. And we'll definitely see you on the next adventure. What a great day it's been.